Hello everyone, and hello Heather. It is day 4 of Vlogtober, and we're going to have a little chat about racing and running fears. It is going to be good, although I'm worried it won't be.
It's Vlogtober with joyful miles and running with grace. It's Vlogtober.
Now, if you happen to listen to our most recent Joyful Miles podcast that we had Heather on from Running with Grace, my partner in crime for this whole Vlogtober adventure, then you will know that the original title of this video was supposed to be Racing Fears, Pooping and Other Things to Not Worry About, which does tell you that there is going to be poop talk in this video. Honestly, how can you talk about racing fears and not bringing up? But I will admit that me telling other people to not worry is quite comical. I am the queen of worry. Just the other day, I rescued an insect that was flailing for its little life in the toilet water because I was afraid of being punished by karma or some mystic union of insect spirits. How I saved that insect, I would rather not say. And as runners, we have a lot of fears and worry. I mean, a lot. Some are valid and need immediate attention, like a pain that won't go away with rest, which means you need to get to the doctors, like now. Or exhaustion from overtraining. Heather did a really good video about that I will be linking above and below. Or whether or not you should do this weekend's local half marathon because you didn't train at all. My advice, skip it. There will always be another race. But for other fears or worries, I think they fall into two categories. One where you should pull an Elsa and just let it go, and one that nearly all runners have, so you might as well stop fighting it and just go with the flow. Like my first one, being perfect with your training plan. Yes, as a type A person myself, this is something I really struggle with. If my training plan says I need to run on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, then by golly, I need to run on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And if I should happen to miss a day and leave that box unchecked, total fail. Total fail. But seriously, unless your plan is custom made for you by your doctor or a trainer, then you do have some wiggle room. While training plans that you can find online are prepared by qualified trainers such as Jeff Galloway's, they are still generic and not custom made for you. So this worry falls into the let it go category. If it's more convenient for you to do your long run on Wednesdays, then do it on Wednesday. You can wiggle the other days as well. The important thing though is to make sure that you have adequate recovery and rest time between those runs. Also, if one day calls for speed or hill work, or you're really tired and it just doesn't feel possible, it's okay to slow down because the slow and steady runs are just as productive. Also, if you feel too sick, it's okay and even healthy to skip that run until you feel better. Just be careful to keep your habits in check. Not going for a run because you're ill or the weather conditions outside are unsafe, that's okay. Skipping your run because you'd rather binge watch Project Runway, that's not okay. Another huge worry of mine is sleeping the night before. My Run Disney insomnia issues are very real and very frustrating. But I have learned this, worrying about it only makes it worse. And those races where I got little to no rest, I did survive because at least my body was resting. So this falls under the let it go as well. Now there are some things that you can do to help have a better night's sleep. The biggest is to be ready early. If you're hustling around your house frantically trying to pack or get everything lined up for tomorrow's race, then you can't expect yourself to all of a sudden stop, hop in bed and say, okay, time to sleep now. Doesn't happen. No, you need time to relax and unwind and decompress. So if your race is local, have everything lined up and ready to go and directions printed out early in the evening. That way you can have a couple hours to read or watch a movie or just rest and then fall asleep naturally. If you're going out of town, try to be packed by at least the day prior. Putting your bib on straight. Oh my gosh, I used to be so obsessed about this. Just ask my friends. But really, unless you plan on bringing a level with you in your suitcase, this is something that you need to let go because, baby, it ain't gonna happen. Especially if you have certain catawampus issues like I do. So just slap that baby on, take a quick glance in the mirror, and let it go. Just please don't be like me and get fussy in the middle of the race while you're waiting for a character picture and repin it because you just might pin it on upside down. Oh, Laura. Okay, raise your hands if this is you, but perfectly tying your shoelaces. Again, another thing that I obsess about. Perhaps this should go in the let it go category, but you know what? No. I am saying go with the flow because come on, you have to do something with that pent up energy, right? So go ahead, retie away your little heart's desire. Just don't do it when everyone is standing in the corral, crowded to the front, ready to go because you might get an elbow in the back. Been there, done that. The next one is one I am totally guilty of. In fact, they all are. Come on, let's just face it. But that is packing every single essential that you will possibly need in your race belt. Total let it go one here, folks. There was a time when I would try to pull a Boy Scout and shove every single thing I could possibly need for any occurrence in my race belt. I am talking things like hand sanitizer, antibacterial wipe, mini sunblocks, or one of those little tiny flashlights you get at builder shows or other places for free to help with those unfortunate pre-dawn dark porta pot situations. I remember the night right before the 2015 half marathon, Jackie came over and looked at my pal and she was like, nope, don't need this, don't need that. And a flashlight? Really, Laura? And you know what? She was right. The only thing that overpacking accomplishes is a bouncing, uncomfortably stuffed race belt and fussy moments when you're trying to dig in there for something you really do need. So be sure to pack the bare minimums of that stuff you will need, like energy gels, salt tab, tissues, or for me, lipstick. Being perfectly dressed for the weather. This one just makes me laugh because I suck at it. I will always suck at it because I can never get it right. So this is a major go with the flow for me. Most times I always overdress because I hate being cold. But at least now I do it in layers or with a really nice like 3/4 zipper so you can unzip and let some air in for when it does get too hot, which is like 98% of the time for me. Now for this one, I really wish I could sing like MC Hammer because it's taper time. Oh, 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 oh. Oh God, that's bad. But tapering. Tapering drives me crazy because what if I lose my conditioning? What if my fitness level drops? What about those runs I might have missed in the previous weeks? Wouldn't it make more sense if I went back and made them up now? No, it would not make sense. And it could actually hurt you. Tapering is hard, but it is so important. It gives your body time to regroup and recover. It fills back up that tank that had been drained from all of your high mileage. Still, me saying let it go to tapering fears is completely hypocritical. So instead, I am saying go with the flow because this is a fear that we all have and it's never going to go away. But I do force myself to get plenty of rest and drink tons of water during taper time. It also helps to view those mornings you get to spend relaxing with a book and a cup of tea as a bit of reward for all the miles that you put in. And consider that a part of your training plan. That is another little mental trick that has helped for me. That is part of your training. And y'all know we got to follow that training plan, right? All right, y'all. Time has come. We're going to talk about pooping. I warned you, so come on. Let's do this. Although if you really would prefer skipping the potty talk, feel free to hop over to this part of the video for my last tip because it's really good. All right, so the fear of not pooping. That's a big one for many of us. Raise your hands. Don't leave me hanging. So here's the thing, the TMI thing. I rarely poop on vacation. It's like the second I arrive at an airport, my bowels throw on sunglasses and a floppy hat, kicking back in a lounge chair with a margarita and a do not disturb sign. That creates quite a visual, doesn't it? Uh-huh. Over the years, I have tried everything to get that lazy bugger to work. I am talking fiber pills, fiber drinks, probiotics, laxative. Very bad choice. Nothing works. And those articles about how to go to the bathroom before a race, they do not work unless one of the options is to go up in there with a shoehorn. So I have discovered that the best thing to do is just accept my constipation calamities. And you know what? Me and my stubborn bowels have survived many, many races, including the 4-day, 49.6-mile Dopey Challenge where I didn't poop once. I just made you uncomfortable, didn't I? My apologies. I'm going to pull back now, okay? So I'm going to classify this worry as a let it go. Because maybe the second you let it go, your body will relax and you'll be able to go with the flow straight to the bathroom. That was clever. Come on, admit it. That was clever, right? Speaking of flow, though, the dreaded runner's trots. Nope, total go with the flow here because this is a legitimate fear that rumbles deep in the belly of nearly every runner. Get it? Rumble in the belly? Ba-dum-bump? Okay, I'm done. Now I'm done. But seriously, let's think of some statistics here of how many runners have actually pooped their drawers in a race. I'm betting the stats are very low, although I'm sure there would be many who would not own up to that on a poll. I know I wouldn't. But it has to be low, so really, maybe our worries are for nothing. Still, I would not trust a fart. Which brings me to the final one, and that is running a perfect race. I don't care who you are, someone who is about to do their very first 5K or a seasoned pro who is doing their 100th marathon. You're gonna make mistakes. It's unavoidable because every single race offers opportunities to learn and to grow. And when you think about it, mistakes make for a more interesting story, right? So let perfection go because perfection is impossible. Instead, focus on stuff that you can control, and that's how you feel inside. Do your best and welcome the learning experiences that each race provides. And speaking of races, Heather is going to be following this video up with a chat about nothing new on race day and other things that she has learned throughout the years. So you definitely want to head on over there. Give her a subscribe because it's going to be pretty amazing. And what about you? Is there a fear or worry that you have that I didn't mention? Please leave it in the comments below and share whether you think it is a let it go or go with the flow. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more video updates. Give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Be sure to head on over to our Joyful Miles Running Club if you would like to chat and hang out with other fun folks. And as always, take care and have a joyful day.